So here's the finished illustration in watercolor. Started off with a pencil sketch and taking that into pen and ink with the brush illustration. So again, just a quick sketch with the time lapse here. It's a circular shape, the center line. It's a 3/4 view. So you find the center line, the eye line, and then placing the eye symmetrically on that so it goes in perspective, and then trying to place that sketch in there. So the eyes kind of symmetrical, but they taper off right to left in perspective, and then the nose again extended out, kind of a tongue kind of keeping the shape still geometrical looking so that you can get the organic part of it later, kind of draping it there, following that line of action, and then in this case just using a brush with the ink again, trying to keep a smooth outline edge for the contour line. Take your time even though this is going fast, putting some texture, highlighting into it, and the lines again as they, whether it's a brush or marker, trying to get some of the element of design of texture into the line when it's necessary and appropriate. And knowing that I'm going to do this in watercolor, I didn't darken up too much of the values with ink, so you always have to try to anticipate the medium that you're going to use. So a little bit of shading with some cross-hatching and pointillism into it, and then make sure it's completely dry before you take off the graphite with a kneaded eraser. And this one where he's tired or maybe sick, so starting off with a light yellow wash just to get the highlight and the brightness of it's going to be green, but it's starting out with yellow as the base color and anticipating the green kind of being in the shadow, mixing that segment in there. Just kind of blocking it in. And again, as you work with watercolor, you have working wet into wet, meaning you're laying down some water and then still adding it in there so it softens the edges. Sometimes you might want to leave that technique, and other times you may want to go back in with some more dry brush techniques to illustrate the drawing. And here trying to use the complementary colors from green to a reddish value, orange, yellow, red on that side of the color wheel. And you can always intermix it to shade with as well, because the two colors will make a brown when mixed together.